I believe there is somewhat of a template already, and it's in the Great Commission. Jesus said, go make disciples of all nations. Underneath that statement, if you were to just like outline that verse, right? Or actually, the verse before, where Jesus says, all authority is given, therefore. So, first off, we have the authority to do this by Jesus to get that done. All right. The template, make disciples of all nations, okay, is what Jesus details. Make disciples. Number one, baptize them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Teach them to obey everything I've commanded you. I am with you. So, boiled down, you have the framework of a template by Jesus. Make disciples is baptize them, have them be a part of the community. That's what baptism is. It's one of the few steps of obedience that oddly only exists for Christians because it's weird. If you're willing to do something weird in obedience to Christ, you're a part of the crazy crew. You're one of us, right? Um, so baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? Which includes things, baptism, it's a packed word. You're part of the community. You can be a disciple while being on the journey. All of those things, that's that sense of belonging. And being a part of the family of God, baptizing in the same way where Jesus talked about to Nicodemus being born of water and the Spirit, right? So it's being born again. You become part of a new family. Baptism, there's a lot of rich metaphor and symbolism around the baptism, but basically, you're part of the crazy crew. You're part of a new family. All of those things. Baptism. That's the first part of the framework, and then teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. It's actually not that difficult. Now, that's a very basic framework, right? Very basic template. A lot of ways that I express it is a disciple is one who hears Jesus and does what he says, where you're a part of a community that helps you do that. That's why in those passages that people that criticize digital ministry will use, saying, forsake not the gathering, and they miss the context of what that's about. Why do we gather? Do we gather to gather? No, we gather for a purpose. And that purpose is to encourage one another to love and good deeds, so that we encourage one another. We teach one another to obey everything that he has commanded us. We remind ourselves of what he has commanded us. We learn new techniques, new frameworks, new methods, using new tools like digital tools to obey everything that he has commanded us. And then that third part, because I am with you even until the end of the age. Jesus' presence in the whole process, his authority, his presence, our belonging, our obedience, that is the framework, that is the template for discipleship. And oddly, it's pretty broad, because that's going to look different and get expressed different in different contexts and different platforms and different cultures and different seasons and different times and different parts of human history. It all gets expressed differently, and Jesus knew that, so he gave us that basic templated framework right there inside the Great Commission. Read it and you will see it differently.